What's up, gear nerds? I wanted to do another pedalboard update. Since the last time I made an update, I don't know how long ago that was. I think that was like a couple months ago. But I don't know if you guys watched my demo vid of my board that I posted like a month ago. But I had commented that I had taken off the compressor. I took off the tremolo. And those were two things that were changed from that video, but now I changed two more things. So I wanted to go just not only my pedalboard but all my gear. So this won't only be a pedalboard rundown but also a gear rundown. I'll try to make this quick. So in the beginning of my signal chain, from the input side, I'm using Intex cables. These cables are really well made. They're expensive as hell, but they're really well made. They feel like they'll last like 100 years. So from the input side, going here, and I also made the change to lava cable, to these lava cable pedalboard, whatever cables from Creation Music Company. I used to have the Switchcraft ones, but they're really bulky and they didn't allow, you know, really tight like space, you know what I mean, like get into little tight spaces, and these ones are a lot better. They don't look as bulky. So yeah, so first in my signal chain starts with the Lightspeed as my first stage overdrive. Then is the second stage overdrive, Bondi effects, sick as the Black Friday. Then it goes into the Selah effects feather drive with the plexi clip. And I've moved the POG now after the drives. I don't know, I just didn't like the way that the drive, I was running it before in the first, you know, in the chain, but I just didn't like the way the gain was affecting the octaves. I'd rather have the octaves be behind the gain instead of in front of the gain, where the gain affects the octaves, but now the octaves affect the gain. Hopefully that made sense. But yeah, so it sounds a lot better here. So after the octave, I go into the Bloomery. I know it's hard to, you know, tell what it is because it has a wood topper by Engelboards, zebra wood. Love this VP. So from the tuner out, goes up here to the Polytune Mini Noir, or however you pronounce that. So this is the area where I've made the recent change. So from the output of the VP, it goes to the Diamond Memory Lane Junior. That hasn't changed. Still love this thing. Super simple yet versatile. One of my favorite delays, if not my favorite of all time. So after the Diamond Memory Lane, it goes into the Capistan. So before in the demo vid, I had the Kilobyte, but being a pedal junkie that I am, and I have gas like all the rest of you guys, I wanted a tap tempo delay, another tap tempo delay, something that could go really warm to really bright, you know, whatever, you know, it's super versatile. And you know, the Strymon stuff, you can do so much crap with it. It has secondary functions and yada yada, all these freaking buttons confuse the hell out of you. But yeah, I ended up changing the Kilobyte to the Capistan. So that's one of the changes, and I love it. I usually most for ambient stuff, stacking with the next pedal, which is from here. So memory lane to the Capistan, and then it goes to the Neunaber Slate. This is another acquisition, gear acquisition that I got recently, and I actually traded this for the liquid ambience. I love the liquid ambience, but one of the downfalls about the liquid ambience is that it doesn't hold any presets. It had fifths, it had octaves, you know, high, low fifths, and you know that the oscillation function. But the thing is that no presets. So I just wanted to mess around with presets, and this is my first pedal that I have an expression controller. So with the Slate or with the Expand series of the Neunaber, you can use this expression controller, which holds 4 banks and 2 presets for each bank. So in the first bank I have the Stereo Wet, second bank Shimmer, third hold with reverb, and the fourth is the chorus. With this chorus, it's keeping me from buying another pedal. I was initially gonna buy a modulation pedal, a chorus effect, or I don't know, a flanger or something, but the cool thing about Neunaber is that the algorithms that it provides, it gives you flangers, tremolos, and chorus. So, you know, I'm gonna mess around with that and see how it goes. But yeah, right now I'm digging it. So after the Neunaber slate, I go into the last pedal in the chain, which is the Ditto. I don't know if you guys are wondering, but these buttons right here and on here, these are called Barefoot Buttons, and basically they basically assist you in pressing down the bypass switch. For me, you know, sometimes I'm wearing boots, and say I have the volume at full. If I'm gonna press on to turn on the Capistan, I sometimes accidentally, say I have boots, right now I have sneakers on, but if the boots, you know, you might press on just the bypass without, just imagine it without the button. You might press down the volume, and that's what would happen to me sometimes, you know, live. I press it down and boom, volume drop. So what this button helps me do is I don't have to be like right on top of it to press on it. I could just be on the side of it, and it creates, you know, a larger surface area for the bypass button, making it easier, you know, tap or whatever. And of course I had to have it on the Ditto because it's between these two pedals sandwiched, so it's a little harder to press down without being confused between these two. So yeah, so still got the chorus and the glass, and then from the output side I'm using gold Mogami. And let's go into my amp. So my amp, man, this is my dream amp. I've been raving about it on Gear Talk. I was wanting it since forever, and this is the Milkman 20-watt Creamer in black lacquered tweed. This is their custom option, and man, I could go on all day talking about this amp. I freaking love it. Made in San Francisco, my home city, born and raised. Man, it's got so many good tones in this. It's got a Princeton circuit and tweed circuit. It's kind of like a hybrid, but it's, you know, it's a hybrid, but it has its own, you know, his own flip style to it that that Tim Marcus, you know, puts on his amps. It has right now stock Jupiter ceramic speaker and stock 6v6 JJ tubes. Hopefully, you know, I'll save up some money and, you know, get some NOS tubes. And with that, I have it covered with the Studio Slip. I love this Studio Slip, double padded, you know, covers it, you know, just, you know, it leaves me with some protection for my amp. You know, gives me peace of mind that, you know, I won't rub it against a wall or, you know, scrape it on accident and damage that, you know, that nice tweed. There you go. It's like going out of focus. So yeah, so and my two guitars that I'm using right now. These are my two only guitars. So for the demo video, I was using the CP Jazzmaster, and this is how it looks. I'll explain the mods that I've done. I've done a couple mods. One of the mods that I've done was I changed the bridge to a state trem bridge, 9.5, to match the fretboard radius. Really great bridge. I don't know, I just didn't like the stock one, and I realized that, you know, with this change, it raised, you can hear like you know, an increase in sustain and just better tuning stability. I don't know, try it out for yourself. I know there's a big debate between, you know, mastery versus state trem, whatever. I don't care. I love my state trem and it's staying there. I also changed out the knobs, purely aesthetic. I dipped them in coffee because they came white. I wanted to match the cream pickup covers. Yep, and another change was the pick guard. No offense to anybody that likes the stock pick guards in the CP, but they come like dookie color, brown, purple. I don't know. I just didn't like it. I wanted a red tortoise color, so hopefully the lighting, you know, shows that it's red. You know, right next to my Gibson, you know, it's red color instead of the dookie color. So with the straps, I'm using Gear Supply the Gear Supply strap locks. They're basically like rubber washers, keeps it from coming off, and the strap is a Jayco. I'm not sure what this series is called, but yeah, Jayco straps. Another mod that I did on this Jazzmaster was I installed the Mastery string tree. I don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah, it's cool. So let's go into my number one, my Les Paul Gibson Studio Deluxe. I've had this since I started. So many mods on it. Let's go quickly through the mods. I've changed the nut to a tusked nut, you know, for better, string moving, whatever. You know, a lot of people complain about tuning issues, and it's usually the nut that's having tuning issues. Oops, I'm zooming in. Yeah, it's usually the nut, so check out the nut if you're having tuning issues. So I also had a Bigsby on it, but since I just got the Jazzmaster, I didn't want another, guitar with vibrato, so I wanted the Gibson back to stock form, so I took it off. I put knob pointers on it. You can tell, knob pointers. The most recent upgrade that I did to it was I put a PAF on the bridge. I used to have a P90, and both of these pickups are made by Schuler Dean. He used to be a local here, but he moved to Tennessee, so check him out, guys. This is a wide range humbucker, and these two together are really dope. Hopefully I'll make a demo video of them soon with all my gear. So yeah, that is my gear. Thanks for watching.